Let's talk a little bit. This actually is a new sponsor, and it's kind of a little different thing for us. This guy's a friend of mine. His name is Tom Johnson. I met him 6 years ago, and he wrote what eventually became Microsoft's hosted exchange services. It was a company called FrontBridge, sold it to Microsoft. Kind of, said, I'm going to relax a little bit now. And but he said, spam is such a nasty thing. I'm going to write the ultimate spam solution. And now this is not a client-side solution. This is not an application. This is really not for an individual. Most of us are using Gmail. Gmail does a very credible job at spam. This is for either a company that wants to host its own mail, doesn't want to trust its mail to Gmail or some outside service, wants to run its own mail servers, or, and I think a lot of us are in this category, I am, people who have their own servers. I use leoville.com. I know, Gina, you have your own servers. K-Shep has his own servers. I've been using MailRoute on my leoville.com for 6 years. And Tom, every once in a while, will send me my stats. In the last 12 months, now, this is what's cool about MailRoute. If you go to mailroute.info, by the way, you can sign up 10% discount for life if you just, you don't even have to use our name or anything. Just go to mailroute.info. That's a special page for Twig listeners. And I got it. But again, you have to be able to change your MX record. That's how it works. But the nice thing is it takes 3 seconds. So if you were running your own server or you're an IT department or whatever, you change your MX record. So the mail, instead of coming to your server first, it goes to your Leoville, in my case, leoville.com. The MX record says, no, send that to MailRoute. Goes to MailRoute. I think of it as sewage treatment plant. It gets rid of all the garbage and then comes back to my server. Let me tell you how many messages did not go through my server because of this. Last 12 months, I was sent 3,793,738 messages in one year. Of the 3.7 million messages I was sent, 3.6 million were spam. 96.5% of the traffic that went to leoville.com never arrived because of MailRoute. And by the way, 0 false positives. Tom is a stickler for this. You don't miss any critical mail. You just don't get the junk. Last month, out of 342,000 messages sent to my Leoville account, 96.8% were spam. And I never saw it. I want you to try MailRoute right now. Just go to mailroute.info to find out more. If you sign up there, you'll get 10% off for life. 99.999% uptime for message processing. And that's nice because even if your server goes down, Leoville goes down all the time, I crash it. I don't lose any mail because they do something called mail bagging. They spool it out. They hold on to it, and when my server comes back, they slowly send the mail on, so I never miss any mail. It's really easy to set up. As long as you can change the MX record, you could be running within minutes. You could sign up right on the website. And no long-term contract. Prices start as low as $2 per user per month. The more users, more seats, the more boxes you have, the cheaper it gets. Outbound services can be added for an additional 50 cents per user per month. So you don't have to worry about your own mail getting black-holed. And it's month to month. There's no long-term contract. Tom says, we don't lock you in because we know you're going to want to stay here for life. I've been with him for 6 years. And I am just so happy with MailRoute. If you need to run your own mail servers, if you want privacy, if you run servers for family and friends, that's what I do. MailRoute.info. Do you run your own mail servers, Gina, ever? You use Gmail for everything.
No, I don't. I use Gmail for everything.
This is not for you because if you use Gmail, you're very happy with the spam filtering. I think MailRoute's better. But and actually, what happens for my mail is it ends up at Gmail. Now, I used to use Fastmail. Goes to Gmail now. So I really don't see spam because everything is, double filtered.
That's amazing. Those numbers are astounding.
Can you believe that? 96.8% of my email is spam.
It's crazy.
I mean, real spam. I mean, if you look at I should show you my mail store. I mean, and never a false positive. Mailroute.info. Tom Johnson is the nicest guy in the world. I love him. Old friend. He'll treat you right. MailRoute.
I'm getting nostalgia for John. I get no spam, Devorah.
I know. Every time he said that, I just because I actually had a good solution. I should have been telling you about this for years. I apologize for not telling you about this before. MailRoute.info.